Okay, so get this. The article we're diving into today, it's called CERN. Scientist vanishes into another dimension.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how could we not? Alternate reality, secret experiments?
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
It's definitely a headline that grabs you, right?
Yeah.
And we're just focusing on this one article, but it claims to expose the, quote, real agenda happening at CERN.
Exactly. And it's worth saying this article is wading into some pretty serious conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting stuff, but we'll need to, approach it with a healthy dose of skepticism as we unpack it all.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the article kicks off by comparing CERN's public image with what it claims is their true purpose.
Right.
CERN, as you probably know, houses the Large Hadron Collider, also known as the LHC.
Right. That massive machine smashing particles together at insane speeds to figure out what the universe is made of.
Pretty much.
It's pretty mind-blowing stuff.
It really is. But the article claims that CERN's true goal is way more out there, to open a portal to other dimensions and their supposed proof.
Okay.
An anonymous source they called Dr. Edward Mantill, who spins this wild yarn about experiments going haywire, scientists vanishing, and a desperate escape attempt.
Hold on. They're basing this all on one anonymous guy.
According to the article, yes.
Okay.
This Dr. Mantill alleges that the LHC is being intentionally used to create a portal.
Okay.
He says that when they cranked the LHC up to 40 TeV, that's trillions of electron volts, a lead scientist nicknamed Father completely disappeared.
Oh, wow.
Then, just as suddenly, Father reappeared, naked, as if he'd been dropped back into our reality. But it gets weirder.
Oh, jeez.
Another scientist they called Mother also vanished and reappeared.
Oh, my God.
Which understandably caused some panic among this secret group.
Okay, someone disappears into thin air, and they just keep going. That's not exactly textbook scientific procedure.
Right. You'd think they'd maybe hit the pause button after the first vanishing act.
Yeah.
But according to Dr. Mantill, things spiraled further when a scientist named Cynthia got spooked and decided to alert the authorities.
Oh, boy.
This sparked a chaotic escape attempt by the scientists involved.
Oh, wow.
As if they were trying to avoid getting detained or silenced.
Wow.
And then, just like that, the story ends. No resolution. No confirmation of what happened next.
Wow, that's quite the cliffhanger.
So we've got a secret group of scientists, a potentially unstable dimensional portal, and a dramatic escape. It's giving major sci-fi thriller vibes.
Yeah, it is,
But the article goes even deeper into conspiracy land.
Okay.
It suggests that governments have known about other dimensions and UFOs for ages.
Right.
And have been covering it all up.
They even use this analogy of the universe as a book.
Okay.
With each page being a different dimension, this should stay separate.
Right. That's what I find so interesting is the way this article taps into existing conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It plays on our fear of the unknown, of these powerful forces manipulating events beyond our control.
Right.
It feeds our desire for answers, for something more than the ordinary.
Yeah.
But as with any good story, we need to ask, is there any evidence to back up these claims?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything to it?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? And that's where I think our critical thinking caps really need to come in.
For sure.
We can't just take these wild claims at face value.
Yeah.
Especially when they're coming from an anonymous source with zero proof.
Right. Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of it, I think.
Yeah.
But we have to kind of stay grounded a little bit.
Exactly. It's like that feeling when you hear a really juicy piece of gossip.
Right.
You want to believe it, but you know you need to check the facts first.
Right.
So let's just step back for a second, consider what are some possible explanations for this story?
Well, for starters, could this Dr. Mantill even be real?
Right.
Maybe it's just a made-up name and the whole story's fabricated.
It's possible, yeah. The article itself reads more like a sci-fi thriller than a factual report.
Right.
It's full of, dramatic language and vivid descriptions designed to create a sense of mystery and danger.
Yeah, like that whole universe is a book analogy.
Yeah.
With each page being a different dimension.
Right.
It's a cool visual, but does it have any basis in actual science?
Not really.
Huh?
Theoretical physics does explore the concept of multiple dimensions,
Right.
but it's a far cry from the article's depiction of easily accessible portals and, casual interdimensional travel.
Yeah, yeah.
Think of it like this. Even if other dimensions exist, they might be so different from our own that we couldn't even perceive them,
Right.
let alone step through a portal and have a casual stroll around.
Okay, so maybe it's a fictional story?
Yeah.
But why would someone go to the trouble of creating and spreading it?
That's where things get really interesting, right?
Yeah.
There could be several motives at play. It could be a simple hoax designed to go viral, a prank to see how many people they could fool.
Right.
Or it could be a form of disinformation.
Okay.
Deliberately planting false information to mislead people.
Okay.
Perhaps to discredit CERN or to create fear and confusion.
Right.
I mean, who knows, really?
And we can't forget about the website itself.
Yeah.
It seems to specialize in conspiracy theories and alternative explanations for, well,
pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. I mean, that context is important to consider, isn't it?
Absolutely. Understanding the source of information is crucial.
Right.
Websites that consistently promote sensationalized or unsupported claims should always be viewed with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah.
It's like, getting your news from a tabloid versus a reputable news organization.
Right.
The source matters.
Source matters, yeah.
Big time.
So we're looking at a story that's definitely grabbed our attention, but it seems to be lacking any solid evidence.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
And it's worth pointing out that CERN has been a magnet for conspiracy theories for years.
Has it really?
Oh, yeah. From fears of them creating black holes that will swallow the Earth to claims that they're trying to summon demons.
Oh, wow.
There's a long history of speculation and fear surrounding their research.
I guess that kind of comes with the territory, right?
I think so, yeah.
They're pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge.
Yeah.
Exploring the very fabric of reality.
It's dealing with concepts that are mind-boggling for most people to grasp, which can easily lead to misunderstandings and fear.
And fear, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's precisely why it's so crucial to approach information.
Yeah.
Especially information that claims to reveal hidden truths or secret agendas with a critical and discerning eye.
For sure.
Like, we need to ask questions.
Yeah.
Consider multiple perspectives and be wary of sources that rely on sensationalism or emotional manipulation.
Right.
Don't let the flashy headlines and dramatic storytelling cloud your judgment.
Yeah. Don't fall for the clickbait.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So as much as we might enjoy a good conspiracy theory every now and then, we have to remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
That's right.
And in this case, that evidence seems to be missing.
Well said. It's a good reminder that ultimately it's up to each of us to decide what we believe.
Right.
But we should base those beliefs on a careful examination of the available information, not on blind faith or fear.
Yeah.
We have to be willing to dig deeper, to question what we hear, and to seek out reliable sources.
So after this deep dive into the world of CERN and alternate dimensions, what are your thoughts? Does this article make you want to learn more about the real science happening at CERN?
Yeah.
Or are you more skeptical of everything you read online?
Yeah, it's fascinating how these kinds of stories, even without solid evidence, can really capture our imagination.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They tap into our natural curiosity about the unknown, that desire to believe there's something more out there beyond our everyday reality.
It's like we're all wired for good mystery. Right?
Totally.
I mean, who hasn't looked up at the stars and wondered if there's life out there?
Yeah.
Or pondered the mysteries of time travel and alternate dimensions? Like, these big questions have been with humanity for centuries.
Absolutely. And that's where I think conspiracy theories, despite their potential for spreading misinformation, can sometimes serve an interesting purpose.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
They encourage us to question the official narratives, to consider different perspectives, to think critically about the information we're being given.
So it's not necessarily about blindly accepting everything we hear, but more about engaging in that process of critical thinking and questioning what we're told.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about developing that healthy skepticism, a willingness to ask why,
Yeah.
And to seek out evidence before forming conclusions.
Right.
It's about recognizing that even when faced with uncertainty, there's always more to learn, more to explore.
This brings up a question for me.
Okay.
If we acknowledge that there's always a chance,
right,
however slim, that some of these outlandish ideas might have a grain of truth to them, how do we avoid falling down the rabbit hole of believing everything we read online?
It's a delicate balance, for sure. Curiosity is a fantastic thing.
Right.
It drives us to learn and discover.
Yeah.
But it needs to be paired with discernment. Like we need to develop the skills to evaluate information critically, to spot biases, to recognize logical fallacies, and we need to be able to step back from a captivating narrative and ask ourselves, what evidence supports this? Are there other possible explanations?
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of CERN conspiracy theories, what's the main takeaway for our listeners today?
What is the main takeaway?
I think it boils down to this: embrace your curiosity.
Okay.
Explore the unknown, but do it with a critical and discerning mind.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask tough questions. Challenge assumptions and demand evidence.
Right.
The pursuit of truth, wherever it leads, is a journey worth taking.
Well said. And one last thought to ponder.
Okay.
As we finish up today. If you could ask the scientists at CERN one question, what would it be?
Ooh.
What mysteries would you want them to unravel?
That's a good one.
Keep that in mind as we sign off for today.
Yeah.
And until next time, keep diving deep in.